Okay, what's better, the Elite Speeder bike or the new Walker with the First Order Stormtrooper Sergeant? Which one do you reckon's better? This First Order Speeder bike looks really slick, whereas this one, it just looks kind of more militaristic. I mean, both get a figure with it. You get the Sergeant with this one. He's a pretty cool figure. He's just a basic clone with added pauldron. Looks pretty cool though. Detailing on this vehicle is pretty good. It can stand by itself, so it displays really well, and it's got a solid construction. And there's a new version of this, the desert version from Entertainment Earth. So there's an exclusive version you can get in the US. Of the two, I chose this one first, the Elite Speeder. I bought that one first. This one I bought because it was on sale. So I got this one for about 11 quid, this one about £15. So they both have advantages and drawbacks. So you can look at the laser on this one. Lacks a bit of detailing there. There's a larger 26-inch or 12-inch scale version of this vehicle as well. But this is a pretty cool vehicle. Displays well. And then you've got the new Elite Speeder bike, which probably is slightly more detailed, not as big. Comes with this Elite Speeder bike pilot, which is a cool looking black stormtrooper with actual bendable knees. Looks pretty cool. And nicely detailed bike. Bike is armed to the teeth. It has guns on the sides, guns in the middle, a gun underneath. So this thing has maximum firepower. But both look pretty cool. What do you prefer, the black looking stormtrooper or the white armoured stormtrooper? I think I prefer the white armoured. But both look really cool anyhow. So that's your speeder bike. This can trace its history all the way back to 1983. There's the front guns. Looks pretty cool. He comes with a pistol, that biker scout. Elite speeder bike pilot. He comes with a rifle, blaster rifle. Both look pretty cool. Both are the same price. £22 at Toys R Us. Cheaper at Sainsbury's. Cheaper at Argos. So it's up to you to think which one you prefer, unless you can afford to get both. Both look cool. Both might not be in the movie though. So these might be off-camera vehicles like the mini-wigs from back in the day. Speeder bike looks pretty cool though. Sleek, vicious. And Walker. It's pretty cool as well. There's the Stormtrooper. So you can see the difference between the two figures. This one is your regular First Order Stormtrooper, just with the added pauldron there. And there's his blaster. Looks pretty cool. And then you've got the Elite Speeder bike pilot, which is just a basic stormtrooper with a wider stance and bendable knees. Pretty similar. Both have heads and ball joints. There's the helmet in black, looks pretty lethal, and then in white. Just like it in white, man, it looks so much better. But both are cool figures, and people will want to army build these figures, I'm sure, even though they have limited articulation. Okay, So that's your first order Sergeant and Elite Speeder bike. Two nice figures. Okay, here's the first order Assault Walker with the Sergeant, and it's quite a good little toy. It's going to display well. He holds the handles really well on the vehicle, and for £11.24 it's not a bad price to pay for that. Legs can move forward at the ankles and at the hips, I guess, and the front gun there rotates back and forth, just so you can swivel that back and forth. It's got two cannon there, and it's pretty cool. And it comes with the blaster, which you can put on the side of his leg. So that's pretty cool. Nice vehicle. And for the price, it's not much more than a basic figure. But that's because this is on sale. There's the clone. I mean, he's not a clone, is he? He's a Stormtrooper. Keep getting mixed up. Nice figure. Okay. I've also got the Elite Speeder, which is this. So you've got the two vehicles together. There's the Elite Speeder, and there's the Walker. So they go well together. I think I like the Speeder better, but the Walker's pretty good. It's actually larger, and you can display it on its own. This problem with the Speeder is it doesn't come with a base, which is a shame. But both are cool. You get a black Stormtrooper with this one, and you get the Sergeant with this one. So, you know, I'll do a look at the Sergeant in a minute. I'm going to compare it to a vintage Stormtrooper. Okay, so you've got these two. It's quite a good vehicle. Let's hope it doesn't lose balance. Okay, cheers, bye. Okay, here's a better look at the vehicles. So you can see the Walker here has articulation at the ankles and at the hips. And the detail of this vehicle is pretty cool. Has a solid feel to it. Lacks the detail of the speeder bike, but it's certainly a lot more solid. A couple of antennae on the back. Looks pretty cool. And then the Elite Speeder bike. The detail here is just a lot better. The only problem with this, it doesn't come with a stand. If it came with a stand, it would be really great. You can see the engine. You can lift this up and look at the engine detail. It's really nice. And you've seen that in other speeder bikes though. Blaster underneath, blasters there, blasters there. So this thing's armed to the teeth. Nice detailing on the body. Feels a lot delicate compared to the Walker. But has a slick paint job. Looks quite vicious, lethal really. So something you might want to consider. Done reviews of both of these before, so it's up to you. That's your speeder bike, and there's your Walker. Okay. Okay, here we've got the Assault Walker. I got it yesterday for £11 at Sainsbury's. They're having a sale on. It comes with this clone troop, or what's it called? First Order Stormtrooper. He's a sergeant, so he's got a little black pauldron on him. Looks pretty cool. That nice figure. And There's the box. It's got a bit of scoffing at the top, I didn't notice that. But I'm going to take it out anyhow, so I'm not really bothered. Okay, so that's your first order, Sergeant with the assault walker. On the back of the box you can see what you get. You get this walker. It's got articulation here and there, and there's the figure. Shows you what it can do. Assault walker. Other figures you can get. Arm Ups, Stormtrooper, Captain Phasma, the Elite Speeder Bike, I've got that. I've done a review of that. And all the other bits and bobs you can get. All the warnings in European languages. So for 11 quid 24 I think it cost exactly. It's not bad because you get all of this cool stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to take it out and we can have a look at it. Okay, getting this speeder bike and Stormtrooper together is a bit of a hassle, but I just about done it. So you can see he sits pretty well on the speeder bike, but you've got to do a lot of adjusting, especially with the feet and the getting the hands onto those two grips. I mean, the main problem is there's not enough articulation. Okay, there's articulation in the knees, but it would be helpful if there's a bit more articulation in the, maybe in the mid center of the torso, so the Stormtrooper can lean forward a bit. That would make it a bit easier to put it all together. The plastic's kind of giving as well on the handles and on the footrest, but that's about the best I can do. So he sits nicely on the speeder bike. Looks pretty cool in all black, and you can see him. You've got to adjust the feet quite a lot as well, and those little stands. So, but it looks pretty cool on the speeder bike. You've got the guns there pointing down a little bit. I'll straighten them. You can adjust them up to there straight and then bend them all the way down to that much. It's quite useful for shooting downwards from a high point, and it's got two massive cannons there, so pretty cool. And there he is. His backside doesn't sit actually on the seat. He'd need to do that, he'd need more articulation, but it looks pretty cool. 15 quid, it's not bad. So there you are, the Elite speeder bike pilot with the new speeder bike from Star Wars Episode 7. Looks really nice, pretty cool. Yep. There's also one with a Stormtrooper Sergeant and this little walker thing. Tempted to get that, but I thought I'd get this one instead. They had less of these. Looks pretty cool though. Got the famous air intake there with the hose connected to it, so it looks pretty cool. The weather's getting bad in the UK, so light's going to become a problem for a while, but you can see it looks pretty cool. Yeah, looks pretty decent. So would I say this is an absolute must? I mean, if you can pick it up for £15, which is only £5 more than a regular figure in the UK, then it's worth picking up. So that's £15 in Sainsbury's, 22 quid in Toys R Us. 22 quid I would have been a bit more miffed at this. I like, you know, I think it's worth 15 quid, no more. Okay, so that's your speeder bike, Force Awakens, Class 1 vehicle. Does look menacing, does look slick, especially with the red deco on the black. Yeah, and the figure and the pilot, I mean the pilot and the vehicle match each other nicely. Okay, cheers, bye. So last look at the two figures. He comes with that pistol there and he comes with that rifle there, which is a much better weapon. Cool looking figure. Nice detail on this figure. all black. And the knees bend on this figure. So that's pretty useful. Necessary so it can go onto the speeder bike. And then the Stormtrooper. There you are. Here we are. Okay, here we've got the speeder bike, elite speeder bike, and it's £15 at Sainsbury's in the UK, which is a lot cheaper than Toys R Us, where it's £22. So it's worth going to Sainsbury's to pick this up. It's only £5 more than a single carded figure, and £4 more than an Armour Up figure. It's got great artwork on the box. You can really see the black elite clone trooper there with a pistol and his red decal on his chest. And this is a Class 1 vehicle, £15 in Sainsbury's. There's the back of the box. Elite speeder bike. Reserved for the most experienced scouts and high-risk missions, these elite speeder bikes have been upgraded with heavy blasters and powerful new engines. You can see all the stuff this thing can do. Other figures you can get. European box, and you can see the engine opens up. You can see detail there. Cool. Okay. So that's your elite speeder bike. I'm going to open it up and we'll see what you get in the box. Okay. So final thoughts about this Assault Walker and First Order Sergeant. I think the Walker's pretty good. It's not a bad vehicle. It has a sort of toyish look to it. I guess it's similar to the Star Wars mini rigs that they had in vintage days. And you know, but for the price I got it, £11.24 in the UK at Sainsbury's. So if you go down Sainsbury's, you might be able to pick one up for that price. It's not a bad little model, and you know, it's got the, you know, it's going to display well, I think. And you know, you get this figure, which just carded would be a tenner, so you might as well just get this one for £1.24 more. And the figure's pretty cool compared to vintage Stormtroopers, and you know, this one looks pretty amazing. Yeah. And here's the vehicle he rides, and he rides it well, so you know, and you know, can't complain really for that price. So cool. I've been spending a lot of money on all this new Star Wars Episode 7 stuff, so you know. So this figure looks pretty cool. For £11.24 at Toys R Us, this set is 22 quid, so you know, it's at Sainsbury's, it's a bargain, so get down there and pick one up. Okay, so cheers. And there's one more look at the box before I go. There's the box it comes in. Great artwork, forest, and there's the back of the box as well. Okay, should read what it says as well before I go. The mobile assault walkers operate as mechanized cavalry units. Mechanized cavalry units storming enemy positions and running down fleeing troops. So I had trouble reading that word just now. It shows you what it can do and all of that sort of stuff. There's one more look at the Stormtrooper Sergeant. Nice figure. Yeah, you can hold the gun well, or you can store it on his leg. So it's up to you what you're going to do. Nice. And here's the vehicle. Alright, cheers, bye.